Hello again, YouTube. Welcome back to my channel. My name is McPato and this is McPato PC. And today I'll be covering the after part of my thermal paste swap on my Sapphire Reference Vega 64. I took the thermal paste that was on there, removed it, replaced it with Arctic MX4, and wanted to see if it would run any cooler. In the end, I'm not going to make you guys wait to the end of the video. I'm going to tell you right now that overall it was a little bit disappointing, but it was a learning experience and I'm glad I did it. But what I did is I tested beforehand with obviously the factory paste what temperatures I got when mining for 10 minutes, when benchmarking with Heaven for 10 minutes, when using superposition at the 1080p Extreme preset for one benchmark cycle, and playing The Witcher 3 for 10 minutes. Testing was done using the balance profile in the software, like AMD software. So it's a factory card balance profile. And I did the same afterwards. In the end, without touching fan or anything, my temperatures are basically the same after. Maybe 1 or 2 degrees less warm, and that covers the GPU, HBM hotspot, and the HBM. So a little bit cooler, but really nothing to talk about. For example, my score in superposition went from 4607 to 4609, pretty much the same score. It just takes a little longer, like I say, to get to that max temperature, because the fan only goes to 2400 RPM, which is a good level, for acoustics, but it's too slow to really cool it off. So even with the new paste, not much difference. If I go high, like high fan speed, undervolt, whatever, I do see a better temperature, yes. But for the average person who doesn't want to mess around with that stuff, the result is disappointing. You're going to get basically the same temperatures if you get the same results as me. So the temperature was a little bit disappointing, and to make things worse, I ended up breaking my Vega card. So this little guy right here is your 4-pin fan connector for the blower on your Reference Vega card. The wire is very, very fine. I don't think that's going to focus, but yeah, it's tiny, tiny wire. And most of it's insulation. So you got like 3 strands of copper wire in there. And what happened is I had my pliers on the side trying to pull it out, and you can really only get the little edge here. So it slipped and I ended up shearing off 2 of the wires. Obviously the fan wouldn't work with the 2 of the 4, so I had to get another little end for this. I ended up finding a guy after a couple days who had, I think it was a GTX or 8800 GT or something from NVIDIA. It did have the same cable, and I think it's a mini PWM VGA cable adapter. So if you guys ever do break it, that's what you need, and they're hard to find. So why AMD used such a small, fine cable? And I guess it's not really AMD, it's whoever provides the fan, I guess. But yeah, it's tiny and it's very easy to break. So if you're attempting a project like this, be careful. And then the splicing, it's so small it's hard to splice without cutting the cable inside. And yeah, it was a bit of a problem. Couldn't solder it, too small, so I ended up braiding it and then taping it. Not the cleanest, but it does work, and it works very well now. So I'm happy with it. I'll probably leave it alone until I decide whether to go full custom water loop or I'm thinking of actually doing a Vega, a hybrid mod like Gamers Nexus did with their Founders or Frontier Edition Vega. So I've got this Corsair H110i that I'm thinking of modifying to work with my Vega. So that might happen. But for now, I'm going to just stick with it the way it is. I'm going to undervolt and continue. Obviously, I'm going for performance, so I undervolt and I overclock the card, and I do apply a pretty aggressive fan curve, which brings up the volume. But, you know, overall, probably not worth it for most people. The thermal paste that was on there was good, it was thick, and was applied apparently pretty liberally, so you know, it had smushed over the sides, didn't seem to be lacking anywhere. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it was pasted at the factory, and those temperatures seem to be pretty much what I can expect using the balanced profile. With that, guys, I'm going to end the video here. I'm going to be posting another video if you're interested in the teardown, as well as an overview of what parts or what tools I used and supplies to do the job. So if that's something you want to do, or if you want to put a water block on your Vega, etc., I put together a little tutorial or a time-lapse teardown video of me doing it. So if you guys want to watch that, it'll be a separate video coming very soon as well. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. Again, I'm McPato saying thank you, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.